Hello, my absolutely beautiful Libra friends, and welcome to your horoscope for April of 2022. We're Libra this month. Not only do we have a full moon happening in your sign, but we've also got a solar eclipse, Pluto stepping into its retrograde, and the Jupiter-Neptune conjunction. It is a busy cosmic month, lots of big transits on the horizon. So this means things are moving and shaking for you, which is in some way pretty exciting because we did about 4 months where we were kind of on pause energetically. So hopefully this will feel like some forward progress to you. And no matter what it feels like to you, being able to know the energies that are coming and kind of set yourself up for some productive success, I think is always a beautiful use of astrology. Now, there's also tons going on in the astrological community, so make sure you check my description box down below to get linked in with the virtual and in-person conference that's going on with OPA. NORWAC is coming in May. ESAR will be in August, so just lots and lots of chances to learn and connect with astrology, plus all of the goodness that we've got going on here on this channel as well. All right, Libra, let's jump in and see what's going on in the beautiful sky. Now, right at the beginning of the month, we've got a new moon happening at 11 degrees of Aries. So this is going to be across the street from you. This is in your opposing sign. This lights up the 7th house space, conscious, chosen, one-on-one relationships. That's what we're doing in the 7th house. And this can be relationships in many forms. So please think of it quite broad. The relationship of you with you, the relationship with you and the universe, romantic relationships, business relationships, your open enemies, people you know you have a problem with. Think like a court case or something like that. This would also be the pattern of relationships you could consider this under. But having a new moon here is your opportunity to plant your seeds of intention, to begin something new here, or to give this area of your chart a fresh start, a fresh breeze of inspiration. It's a cardinal energy, so it's about starting. What would you like to start in your relationships? Think about that, because you'll get the opportunity to see that begin to play out over the next 4 weeks. Now, on the 5th, we see your ruling planet Venus move into the energy of Pisces. This is going to light up your 6th house space. We've also got Jupiter and Neptune traveling over here. So the 6th house is quite busy for you this month. We'll also welcome in Mars in just a couple days as well. But as Venus gets into the energy of Pisces, one of the things I think of is, first of all, Venus likes to bring a harmony, right? So if in your daily routine, maybe things with your health, including mental health and wellness, if it's felt a bit chaotic in that space, Venus can act as it's a little bit of a salve, right? It's helping, it's bringing a little bit of balance, it's bringing a little bit of ease. If you are a freelancer, this is a wonderful energy for you to find projects that can financially be beneficial, find relationships around work that can also be beneficial down the road. If you've got issues with your coworkers, this may also be helpful to you as well. So just know, though, that Venus here in the 6th house really is trying to bring a little bit of harmony. Now, you do want to be mindful, because the other side of Venus in Pisces in the 6th house is that you can be taking some escapee behaviors in your 6th house. So instead of getting into the details of your routines that are going on a daily basis, you could be eating more. You're eating your feelings in some way, shape, or form, or you're doing something that doesn't actually address the issue in the daily routine or the issue in the health, and you might need to pay a little bit more attention to that, okay? As we get to the 10th, we are going to see Mercury move into the energy of Taurus, lighting up your 8th house space. So as Mercury is traveling here through this Taurian space, remember, Mercury is not driving forward and moving and popping all around. Instead, it's very focused. Taurus energy is nice and low and slow, so it's focused, it's practical, it's deliberate with what it's thinking about, what it's talking about, the words that it's using, and it's also just processing at a slower pace. So in your 8th house, Libra, which is the space of joint resources, okay, this can be money that you share with another resource, whether that's a person or a company or something like that. It's intimacy. You see into me. This is trauma, healing, astrology, collaborations you may have with people fall in here as well. So you could find at this time, as Mercury moves in here, that you are experiencing a busyness, but it's very practical. Your thinking, your planning, your strategies are about how do I make sure that this area of my life has some longevity to it. And you may also, if you're learning something or receiving information from somebody else, feel like it's taking you a little bit longer to process what's actually going on. Just allow yourself to slow down. It's okay. It's just Mercury in Taurus, okay? As we get to the 12th, we're going to see the Jupiter-Neptune conjunction happening at 23 degrees of Pisces. Now, this is coming together in your 6th house. We've also got Venus over there. As Jupiter and Neptune come together, this is a phenomenal energy because both Jupiter and Neptune know no bounds, and they are connected to wisdom, advancement, possibility, and ideals. So in your 6th house, around your health, around your wellness, around being of service to other people, maybe a business, again, if you are a freelancer, your ideal work schedule or your ideal daily flow in your life. What is it that you believe that you want? Because anything is absolutely possible under this energy. It may even be that you are finding that you're like, I trust the universe so much more with me now than I maybe did a year ago. I trust the universe with my schedule. I trust the universe with my health. Whatever it is, there's this sense when Jupiter and Neptune come together that just anything can happen. Now, the challenge that I think comes with this Jupiter-Neptune conjunction that you may be faced with is that whatever your ideal is, whatever you've been thinking, whatever you want in this daily routine or 6th house area, is that if you want it, it is possible, but you may be reality checked into making sure that you have the resources or connections to make that vision possible, right? It is phenomenally delicious to want your ideal career as a freelancer, but if you don't have the appropriate networking, you might not have the connections that you need to make that a reality. Now, all is not lost because on the 14th, we actually see Mars move into the energy of Pisces, and Mars here is a great strategist, right? And instead of being able to be like, zoop, and just do Mars and just go right at something, Mars is in Pisces working on the creative option that you maybe couldn't consider before, or maybe your vision had not been reality checked yet, so you didn't need to consider something different before. But Mars in Pisces starts to light up creative solutions, creative ideas, and it may even take the ideal that you've been wanting and ask you, how is this actually of service to the needs of other people? And then you can see the appropriate alignment that you need to be taking in this particular energy. So it's really a nice use of rearrangement in your 6th house, especially if you will pause to not be impulsive and allow the information to come to you. It's really lovely. As we get to the 16th, we're going to have our full moon for the month at 26 degrees of Libra, so right here in your sign. Now, the full moon asks us to end something, acknowledge something, or make an adjustment in some way. So there's like a course correction, right? Libra's getting a little course correction here. And really, what you may be looking at and what you may be being asked to review is your balance of me and we. Libra, in your relationships, on your insides, with how much time you're spending in public versus how much time you're spending in private, right? What's the balance? Do you have a good me and we balance? And if not, the relationships and the needs of other people may be highlighted at this time and how you're actually stepping up to be of service to those. Remember, Libra, you've got to put on your own oxygen mask before you can run around here saving other people. So this will be a really nice dynamic to see where you're balancing out and where there needs to be a little bit of a shift, okay? On the 19th, the sun moves into the energy of Taurus, fellow Venusian-ruled sign. Now, this again is going to put some more of that motivation into the 8th house where we've seen Mercury traveling. So as the sun comes to Taurus season, again, we become practical, we become grounded, we become deliberate, we become motivated to look at our security, to look at our foundations, to look at what it is that needs building or what it is that needs maintaining in our lives in order to sustain the next seasons that we will travel in. Taurus season is also delicious for beautiful Venus things. Eat well, dress well, have a massage, take care of your body. All of these beautiful Taurus things really allow that grounded Venus presence to come in for your own benefit and experience. On the 29th, bit of a busy day, okay? First and foremost, we've got Pluto stepping into its retrograde at 28 degrees of Capricorn. Now, this is going to light up the fourth house space. Nothing new. Since 2008, you have been working on the fourth house zone, home, family, real estate, property, your ideas around this. And there have been plenty of things that Pluto has destroyed in your family life in order to change you. And this includes your own psychological settings and beliefs, right? Things have been taken down and left space for something else to phoenix, to rise out of that. And this is something that I think is important to understand about this Pluto retrograde at this time, is that Pluto in retrograde gives us an opportunity to go within and look at where we are power struggling still in this area. Now, having worked on this area for so long, there's a lot that maybe you're not having to power struggle with anymore. It's just new. You're living, you're moving along. And this is like the last pass of Pluto's retrograde here for you to say, okay, where are these last little things I may be power struggling with, or understanding how to use your own power, including your own voice in your family life? What actions, attitudes, behaviors, beliefs do you have that are still destructive? They are your self-undoing, and they get to die off so that this next version of you that is much more evolved and productive in your home life is able to live. Now, for some of you, quite practically too, it may be that you are leaving your home zone in some way and moving into a different space or place. Now, you will experience the Pluto retrograde between today, the 29th of April, and all the way moving to October, and then we will feel Pluto come all the way out of its post-retrograde shadow time in January 2023, okay? Now, also on this day, though, we see Mercury coming into the energy of Gemini, lighting up your ninth house space, publishing, marketing, broadcasting, higher education, legal things, travel, long distance travel. Think I'm jumping an ocean, okay? Studying different languages, things that are foreign to you. All of this gets lit up and Mercury is ready to talk about it, learn about it, study it, get into the details of it. You know, are you signing contracts that are between different nations or different countries or different companies that maybe have been foreign to you? You've had a very busy sixth house month. Do you now have connections and resources that are bringing you ideas and work and health information that is foreign from what you knew in the months previous? Whatever it is, Mercury is quite comfortable in this energy. And I also want you to know, whatever gets started or moving along in this ninth house energy for you, you will also get the opportunity to review it because Mercury will retrograde in Gemini as we get into May, okay? Now, to close out this month, we've got the solar eclipse happening at 10 degrees of Taurus. Now, you had a sneak peek of what you're going to be working on over here in this 8th house area, joint connections, intimacy, really private, really personal, back in November of 2021 when we had our first little lunation snippet of what we're going to be working on. You can also track this back to 2014 and to 2003 and look at what was happening in the 8th house areas of your life. What was happening around intimacy, money, taxes, shared resources, therapy, any of those things, because this gives you a hint as to what's going on right now. But either way, the solar eclipse is still the new moon for the month, so you're planting your seeds of intention to begin something that will play out for about the next 6 months. And there's lots of shaping that comes to this particular energy because then we'll also have lunations in Scorpio opposite this Taurus energy. So it will help to shape and round out the lessons that you're experiencing around this. But this is a wonderful time for you to plant your seeds of intention, to detox what is no longer serving your security, to detox your possessions. What do you still have that you're carrying around, whether it's physical, mental, or emotional, that you need to get rid of to make space for Libra to really travel with that beautiful air energy that you're made of. Whatever it is, plant your seeds of intention. I would highly suggest, if you have projects or things like that, not to necessarily begin them today on the eclipse, just give it a couple days, kind of a bit of an unstable energy. But you have free reign to live your life, right? Either way, just know that you've got this beautiful energetic stamp of some energies to begin and to strengthen this area of your life as we're moving forward over this next 6 months. Lots going on, Libra. I can't wait to read the comment section and see what's going on with you down below, so please keep me posted. Lots of love coming to you. Hopefully I'll see you at many of the Astro events we've got going on, and of course, the YouTube Academy right here as well. All right, my beautiful Libras, I love you, and I'll see you next month. Bye, friends.